Alright, welcome back to Rise of the Tomb Raider. Now, if you remember that we was at Lost Valley, where we finished the last tomb, which was to do with bringing a stringed up kind of chain curly thing, where you had to use your bow to use your string with your bow to swing it around towards the gate or a gate, and when you pull the string that's above where the water that allows you to bring that twisty thing that was there, and where you pull your two levers where the strings are tied up on either side of it, and when you fire an a fire arrow to allow it to be explosive, and that's when you had to bring that twisty thing up and turn the whole thing around towards the gate, and then use the fire arrows as well as pull those two levers to make it slam and break the gate open, which would have given you it'll give you I'm trying to think what it's called now, but you'll get a powerful fire bow and arrow. So you collect that from your last tomb, where we had to finish off the final bells, the 6 bells, I think it was, or those 5 bells. No, there's definitely 5 bells. Getting confused. Where we had to burn some special paper stuff that's stuck on the walls down in the Lost City. We had to burn 8 of them, which was all of those dealt with, and those 2 were challenges. There's also another challenge, which was to burn some signal towers to light those up, and we did that. And then there was another challenge, which was to destroy some stone statues, which I end up destroying 2 of them. And I said there was 2 that I was going to leave and try and find the other 4, which I ended up finding the other 2 in where I was before I finished off the recording, where we had to try and get the last ball fiery chucking thing that I was at, where I got stuck and couldn't figure out what I was doing. That's why I ended up finishing the recording there. But that's where we're going to go today, so hopefully we can get around to the very end of the game. But there's more trouble ahead, because there's lots and lots of enemies everywhere. Especially you'll be meeting one guy once again, and also someone else as well, which you'll see very soon. So the final guy, I'm not going to mention his name, but I can say he was in my second recording after showing you bits and pieces of the Wicked Vale. Bits and pieces now. If you remember, this is where we were, and I get lost. And the thing I was saying about the challenges, one of them was to chuck the fireballs, which I'll show you, with this thing, when I said use your L3 nozzle to turn it left or right, and then R2 and let go of it, and it did that, where you had to aim at. Right, let's sort these fuckers out first. So let's get rid of them. Stop them firing arrows at me. So that's them dead. And the way I'm turning towards this way, you want to do it anti-clockwise. Okay. So if you want to turn it right, do it clockwise. Also, I still missed. How embarrassing. Try that. But that's where you want to be for that one, to knock some of them over. So there's some more gone. And if I, as I said, as you can see, these guys that's throwing arrows, that's over here, one of those towers that I've just gone straight over is what I was aiming at. Right, as you can see, one that's really light over there at the corner, in the right corner, you had to fire 5 of them. So that was your third achievement that I was on about. So that's been dealt with previously. Also, did I kill him? Probably not, missed. So I'll try over it. But it's exactly the same with your arrows and your pistols and stuff that you're aiming at. Alright. Right. So now, as I did before on the other one of these things I was using, to finish off that gate right there, which I had one to break a bit of it off, but the other one got blown up, didn't it? So make sure you circle when you actually hits towards the gate out here. As you can see it, poke around, it'll smack that down. There you go. And now you can get through there quite easy.
Okay, the way is clear.
The way is clear, yes. Right, and this was the one I was on about. It was over here. This string right here. That's what I was looking for, and I couldn't find it. So now we've got it. Right, okay. So what you want to do is tie the string with your bow with L2 pushed in first, so your accuracy is ready. And wait for a red bit to turn up around what you're aiming at. And push R2, and then the string will tie around itself. So you're free to move. But you'll be finding some more guys in a few seconds or so. But also, speaking about guys, they turn into small little things, like little boxes. But there's a box there that I just picked up, which was a set of nuts to take. So you might want to grab them if you're running out, or if you want to use any to upgrade your weapons. Right, zip your way down and press your square or X, whichever console you're using straight away. Okay, right, and then press A or X to hop yourself up. And there's some guys coming up in a few seconds. But speaking of guys, they turn into these little things. All these little things. Alright, they can give you random stuff, like your weapons, whatever sort of kind of thing it wants to give you. Like it's giving me 4 arrows and 3 pistol bullets and 2 sets of gases for my bow, and some more arrows there on the right corner there. If you can see, you should be able to see because it's pretty much clear. Right, there's a guy that's coming towards me, so I'm going to give him a couple of arrows. Now if you want to fire a couple of arrows, Just keep L2 pushed in and keep pushing R2. Keep pushing it in several other times. So you can fire arrows loads of times. Alright? Right. Also there's going to be some couple of guys on this bench round here. Alright? So don't worry about that. Right, there's also a swingy hooky thing around it. Right, you want to press X or square, or X and square to use your axe with the string that's tied around it that Lars is using. Pretty sure there's one of those things around here, but I must knock it down. We'll see. We'll see. Right, also there's a guy right over there. I'm going to give him a bit of a pistol. Oh, missed. Missed. But also what you want to do is make sure your axe has gone red. So you know that you're aiming at whatever you're aiming at. Because if it's just grey, you're going to miss. Also there's a couple of guys there. You can use a bullet at this vase here to kill them. So save you a bit of hassle. Right, same again. Swing yourself across with the little hooky thing there. Well, so I think there might be a couple of guys that's fallen on the floor, possibly. Ow. Who's doing it? Who's doing it? Alrighty. Right, you also you might find a statue up here, up on the roof. And these are stone statues you want to shoot down. Okay, there's the final one of those, which is what I was on about to find the other one. Even though I had just two to find, with the ones I was helping you find out where the others are. First of all, which is what I was planning to do. So you can find those soon. Right, R2 and L2 again. L2 first. And zip your way down. Right. So now what you want to do is now find some cloth if you really need it. Alright. Also you might want to come down here to go through this way. Alright. Now just be careful because this bit will break off. So you want to press X, alright, to start off with. Alright. And this is the bit that's going to break off. In a second, ready? Here it goes. Right, so you want to use L3 to keep moving. Push the L3 up. And keep pressing X or A. And then press X and A together. Or X and square. Yeah, X and square. Together. Whichever console you're using. Now you've got some couple of guys around it. So you might want to shoot a bullet out of vase. Or either you can press B and circle when they start swinging their axes, so the attack symbol starts to turn up, just like that. So if you're on an Xbox, you want to wait for the Y to turn up or the triangle to turn up. Wait, press the B and triangle. And also that as well, as you've just seen. So if you've got your pistol, if you've got your SMG gun or any rifle, just press B or circle, and then press the Y or triangle when it pops up, and then press that again, and that'll come up. Also, like I say, there's a couple of vases there if you want to shoot them. Depends on where they are. so you can destroy him a bit more easier. Oh, for 1 minute I thought I was going to get pushed off. Good catch. Right, there'll be a couple of guys up here. Also, you can go aggressive if you want by wasting a fair lot of bullets. Or if you want to go gentle, just use a pistol. Ow. You grab your bits. Ow! 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 Did you see that? Did you flicking see that? Right, so if you're in this position, you died, then you have to start again. So like I say, you can always just use your special stunts like that, like I just did on him. Wait for him to swing, and wait for the triangle or Y to turn up. Switch your gun, and press that special triangle or Y for that to happen. Which is pretty cool, eh? I'm pretty sure I've got one for this one as well. Ow. Oh, you missed. There you missed. Ow. Now those guys, where that's happening is where the guys are up right behind me. Also, you can climb on top of it so you can get some cover and stay here. As you can see, it's really grey. You can stay and protect yourself for a little while, or you can push L1. Okay, push L1 and keep it in there for a few seconds. You can get out of the way. So like I say, you can use anything you want. Also, you can use your powerful bullets if you want, which is pressing R1 to do that. These ones are doing right nothing. There's that one gone. I'm pretty sure I'm covered this time. There's no more deaths for me. But then again, sometimes when you say things, it ends up going the opposite way round. But also, like I say with the bullets, with the assault rifles, if you want to go aggressive, just keep pushing the R2 in. Like that, okay? If you want to go gentle, just push it once. And just push it one at a time. Like I'm doing it now. Like that. And it'll just go gentle. Now I'm going to switch pistols. I'll just use the axe. Now I'm going to do it. Ready? Oh, I haven't got it. Right, if you want to use the powerful systems like I have with the SMG, with the rifle I've got, you can use it on your skill points. I'll explain that to you in a minute. Alright. Oh dear. Trinity's broken through? Oh no. Right, well what you can do, as you kill people, you can pick up the pieces that's on the floor when they transform themselves into little boxes. Go and do that if you want, which I'm going to do just in case if I'm quite low on what I've got with the weapons, with the bullets that's inside themselves. So like I say, you can use the vases and explode those for you to do that if you want. Right, so that seems like that's all that. Right, now you'll find a camp right over here, and a skill point has popped up in the left hand side corner, or in the centre of the left side. Right, now the skill points now, which I might do in a few seconds or so, because what I might do is find a way of getting back here, because the thing I'm after is the challenge, which you might want. So I'm going to do that first. So give that a few seconds or so. So yeah, if you missed any bits and pieces, you can always do fast travel. Alright. But the only reason why I'm doing this is because this map is the main map with a few bits and pieces that I've missed. Okay. But if you get to where I am, you won't have many enemies in your way. Alright. So that was the other reason why I've gone a bit further in than finding the rest of the pieces. Okay. So like I say, you can just do that and do a few little bits and pieces and get them out your way. And then once your enemies are out your way, you can concentrate a lot better. Just zip your way down. Alright. So there's that one. Also, you can now hop down straight into this little gap right here by pressing A or X and get a larger grab onto this thing. Alright. Also, like I said, with the challenge. Or am I thinking of the wrong thing? Probably am. There's also a mirror there for you to take if you not already took that. Alright. Next of all then, the next one is to find the rest of the other things, that special coin that you might want. But now if you look at the map, that when I picked a map up from up here, and the bag would allow you to find some new things that was hidden. Okay, so if you find any of those maps over here or over here or over right just there, that'll allow you to see things on the big map of your own map in every single part of any new area you've started to be in, shall we say. So if you never selected your map like I have just now to get this to pop up, so if you didn't do that and you did it just now, the things that you've never seen before will flash in and out, as you can see. The survival cache flickering, it's going in, out, in, out, in, out. All right, so every time you see those sort of ones flicker, that means they're available to be found. Okay, and as you can see, these two down here, which is the relic and the document, that means that you have been in your map before, this map before. Okay, so when I come out of this map, these items like this one here, that one there, the document that's right here, they will stop flashing. Okay, so if I come out, right, and if I go to my main map once again, they've stopped flashing. That one stopped. That one stopped over there. And that one over there. So every time when you go in and out, when you get them to flash, and once you come out, they'll stay there. Okay. So if you go to a new map to find with the maps or the bags, like these, they'll turn up flashing. Okay. But once you've gone into there and you come out, they're not going to flash anymore. Okay. So speaking about maps, these are your main maps. Okay. So if you started the game, you'll have this map. We have it looking like this. We got to go all the way around the places to go and get some relics, documents, mirrors, coins, and a challenge tomb, which if you can see at the left hand side corner on the side of the left side, there's a bit of it sitting there. And every time when you go to the map, each different map will allow you to show you different items and certain things of the amount of things that you have to find, basically. All right, same thing again, there's a map there for you to find different things in there. Another one here. So they're all your main maps in every area you go to. So new area you go to. So as you can see, I'm in the Lost City, and this one's called something, I can't pronounce the word right. And you've got that path, that map, wherever that is, and that map, whatever it says. This map is the aquarium, or trying to pronounce what it's called now. The orrery is the word. The orrery. Okay, that's one map. And that map there. So every map of these ones, which is your main maps, like I said, they're all different areas. Okay, so when I'm doing all the fast traveling back and forth different maps of these will allow you to find different things that's hidden around the area. All right, so same thing again. When I go back onto the Lost City, you'll find little maps. That'll be little maps just like this little skinny one, not the square one, okay? Because that's a survival cache. But like I say, with the maps, for each one of these big maps that you go to in the areas, they'll be looking like these, okay? One there, like I said. One straight up there. And they just allow you to find different things, alright? Okay. So, coin to dig up is right here. It's 25. Alright. So you'll find that over there. Let's go round here. Also, if you want me to go slow, I can always do that. But there's a ball pig there, which will give you some XP, or either allow you to carry flicking nothing, even if you don't use your camps or your skill points and whatever. Then you're going to be completely full of stuff. Well, I thought it wasn't, but apparently I was wrong. Everybody can be wrong these times, can't they? Right, now with this thing, like I said, these things in the areas, it looks like a little tall little thing. So if I move out of the way from the map, you'll see, I'm still standing near it. Let's move out of the way. Right, so as you can see, this thing is a tall thing. Alright, now each one of those, so if you look at the bottom center piece on the left hand side again, there is a list of different things that says tombs, relics, documents, mirrors, survival caches. The very bottom one says coins. Now if you get to allow to read one of those that I said about standing by, and each one of those ones you get allowed to read, they'll give you 3 coins. Okay, so if you look at the center of the left hand side again, it'll say 2 out of 3. Okay, so on the other maps, if I go to this right here, okay, So this one now, if I move it a bit more towards over here, and you can see at the bottom on the left hand side corner where it says coins, it says 9 out of 9. So now that means that you'll have to find 3 of each one of the tool things, okay, which is this one right here. That's a tool one for Lars Reed, and that will give you 3 coins, okay. And the second one will give you another 3. That'll be 6 coins to pick up on the floor wherever they're hidden, like this one down there. There's a coin there and another coin there, and another coin hidden just over there, and that'll be part of your 3 of your first one you read, and your second one, like I said, over there. The second one that was there and over there, and your third one would have been right down just above here where your camp is. So that's what those are for, okay. But they also involve letters as well, okay. So in this map you'll need just an R letter for Russian, but the number has to be number 2, okay. And the final one, which is the third one, which is this one here, that needs an R3 on it, okay. So if I push R1, it'll switch it towards, if you look at the top left hand corner, there's a like a document, and if I push R1 again, if you can see, it goes white and the other ones are going darker, and these are the relics. And so with the relics, that's like a little teacup or a whiskey glass, which will allow you to see bits and pieces, but as I push L1 again, it pushes it towards maybe a piece of paper, or yeah, like a piece of paper, and as you can see it very closely, it's flapped at the top right corner of the page bit of it, where now as you look at the right hand side corner, it's got an E letter, which is Greek, and an R, which is a Russian, and the other one looks like an M, even though it's Muslim, I think it's pronounced what it's called. So the Muslim one for this thing, that needs an M2, letter M, okay. So you want a 2 for that. I'm pretty sure you can switch it as well. But also, if you know you're trying to look for something and you don't know where it is, you might be able to find a flashy silver thing on the floor. So if I move back a bit, you might be able to see something flashed on the floor, which is right just over there. So when you see it flash, that means the thing's hiding over there in the floor. Alright, so you want to dig that up, and way to dig that up with the axe is press the square or the X, basically. Alright, so there's a document there, some more coins there, which is the rest of the ones that you might want to grab hold of. Also survival cache. Now if you don't know where it is, you might want to select it on the map. Alright, also you might want to get your axe to swing across with the string by pressing X and square, or X and A. It's up even higher. Where is it hiding? It's hiding somewhere. I'm what you want to do is push R3 nozzle, alright, for it to light up. And also I was looking at the wrong, selecting the wrong bit, or looking in the wrong place. And the survival caches will allow you to give you all sorts of things, like nuts, as you saw on the right centre corner somewhere on my screen. Will allow you to find a coin or hang on, another way of doing it. I press L1. Now, with the survivor caches, they'll give you all sorts of things like this. It'll give you some cloth. As I'm going down, if you look at the top left corner, as you can see, it's going grey and dark. Every time when I'm using L3 key, it's going grey and it starts to go grey and dark. Now, survivor caches will allow you to give all sorts of things, like some cloths, like I said, some plant from a tree or whatever it flicking is. Well, I'm saying it's going to be a plant, but you'll get those. What does it say? Hairs or hairberries or whatever it is. I'm going to say they're plants. Anyway, so you might get some hides, or you might get some nuts, as you saw me pick up one of them from the last survivor cache I just dug up. You might get some mushrooms. You might get some sticks of wood or hardwood. Yep, hardwood. You might get some feathers. You might get some oil. Or you might get some boar fat. Or you might get deer. I'm trying to pronounce the freaking second word. You might get that. You might get one of these things. I'm not sure what that is. But it's another different hide. You might get, or you might get some sparkly, stony things for your explosives, for your bows to explode things with. So these are basically to help you increase your explosives for your bows again, or it might help you use for your cans you can explode with. Like if you had a can of Coke, for example, and you can stick some of them things in your cans, and you can sling it towards your enemies to kill them with. So you might get some of those for your survival caches, or you might get a bear hide. You might get one of them, or you might get some springs. You might get some of them. Also, you might get some coins if you're lucky, or you might even get some of these sparkly things. Alright, and those are basically for your upgrades on your weapons. Okay, so that's what the survivor caches are for and what they do. Alright, but also I'm just selecting the other ones so I can pick them up quicker, so I can carry on to help you finish off. Oh, goodness sake. I'm just speeding up too much of my rush here. Right, so like I said, I'm just going to help you find the rest of the pieces. There's a bit of a piece of paper which helps your M letter boost up. So you might want to grab that. A relic that's hiding away, which is telling me up there somewhere. Let's try in the water. That was not planned at all. Right, so let's try that again. Right, you can use your axe again. Press your square or X to large, just do that. And your relic is up there somewhere. Yeah. How the hell am I going to get to that? Or is it where I think it is? Let's find out. Right, so let's try it this way. Okay, so you want to stick some arrows into the wood, L2 and R2. And make sure you push L2 first. Now what you want to do is make sure Lars sticks a hand towards by the bow. Right, the way you can tell where she's aiming at is where if you can see a green circle around the item that you fire into the wood or anywhere else. Okay, you want to stick one right over there. Push your L3 in. And now what you want to do is press A or X straight away and press square together or square and X. So Lara can slam the axe into the wood, into the ice. And I'm pretty sure that the relic must be in here. No. Ah, the relic's up here. Why can't I think of that earlier? Sorry about that.
Drinking horn.
So, but yeah, like I say, when you've got a load of criminals around you, when you first turn up in this area, you've got loads of them everywhere to stop you try and pick up all your pieces, whatever you're trying to find. I don't know why I did that, but yeah. So if you're coming over here to stop people firing those things, to when I showed you about throwing those little balls on those tall little things to light up all the to light all these things up, I said about. So that was the other reason why I've left this one alone, so you can just find things easier and you don't have no freaking things trying to stop you continue on what you're trying to aim at, grab hold of. Right, you want to press AX to hop straight onto it, you'll be fine to land on. And also one of these again. Right, we'll want to grab a bullet or shoot anything you want. So it's best to use a shotgun to break the wood.
An ancient carving.
So you grab that relic right there. Alright. Then your next document will be hiding somewhere. So I'm going to hop down by pressing circle, even though you can press B, whichever console you're on. It is down there somewhere. So I'm going to hop right here. It's still telling me it's down here, so it's down in here. Now you'll find these. Right, now what you want to do is get your bow. Now the way to switch your weapons, use your D-pad. And as you can see, using the shotgun at the minute. And if you want to use the assault rifle, you want to use the right D-pad key, which you don't need, as you just saw with the 4 different things you can use. And press down D-pad key will give you the bullet at the pistol, and push the up D-pad to give you the bow. Right, now what you want to do is basically you want to go for your this one right here that I have picked up. That is your explosive one you're ever going to need for these. So hold L2 and then hold R2 and then go for R2. Oh, sorry, miscounted it. Right, hold L2 and then hold R2 and then let go of R2 and then it'll blow up. Right, and then that's where you'll find cloth if you need it, and another piece of paper thingy.
I have made myself a refuge in this
For your M to be boosted up if you really want it. But trust me, I'd say, oh yes, yes please. Right, and another survivor cache there. Hide. Tell you what, I'll go for the nearest one. Right, so it's hiding around here somewhere. There's another ball there, but I'm going to leave him because he ain't going to give me some hides, no way. Right, now.
They tended to the sick here. The survivors must have suffered.
Right, so you want to drop down in here to find the relic.
A carved wooden relief.
Okay, so that's another relic done off the list. Which we've only got to do one more. But I know where that is, but you're not going to get to it just yet. Another survivor cache. To upgrade whatever you want to use. Basically that's what it's going to do. So it's down here somewhere. So like I say, you can always just use that. Also some mushrooms there if you want them. And basically the mushrooms allow you to increase, allow you to top up some more gases. Now the gases are basically to save you from save people from trying to do you in. So that means that when you use that gas, which is this one at the top, will allow Lara to hit them and then they'll fall down on the floor and they can't really stand any more death than they can. Alright, so they'll do more coughing, spluttering and struggle to breathe and everything else, and then they'll die. It's a bit more further down. We're almost there. So like I say, it's always best to select the item in your main map, and then you'll have an idea where they are. Alright. Okay, so that's that done. Now what I want to do is try and find where I was before, so we can have the challenge completed. Which was to destroy but what you can do is use the light, the yellow light. Now the thing with the yellow light is a guidance to tell you where you got to go. Alright, so that's how that works. Ow. But you've got to be careful how you move Lara around. Alright, because if you're in a high place and you fall down, then Lara's gonna get badly hurt. And go round it. Here we go. Right, and this is it. Right, the final challenge was to finish off smashing these down, which I'm going to use a pump action shotgun for that. But also, if you look at the right hand side corner, there's a 2 and a 3 in the middle, in a circle, with 2 red bits above the 2 and the 3. Now that means that there is only a limit of bullets that's left in the gun. Okay, it's exactly the same with the pistol, the bow, or your assault rifles. Okay, right, same again, L3 and R3, and again. So there'll be your 7th one, and your 8th one will be on the opposite side. Okay, and he is right here. I'm going to use a pistol for this and just break them all down, and that is your final challenge completed in this map. Right, now what you can do is go to your map.
Before I even held you, I almost lost you, Lara. Yet you fought back, determined to live, breathe, ball your tiny fists and scream the hospital down. It was the best noise I ever heard. When I went home that snowy night, I cooked myself a steak. Then I drank half a bottle of whiskey, tried to make snowshoes out of tennis rackets, and fell asleep with the cat. I was so damn happy.
I think I must have heard that story about a dozen times, and I could hear it a dozen more. I wish that could have lasted. I wish we'd had more time.
Right, so now then, skill points. Now then, you might want to grab hold of small gases if you want, as you can only carry 3, I think, at the moment. Or if you want some more flames, you can grab hold of them. But if you look at the bottom left hand corner, there's a number 10, which says skill points available for you to use. Okay, so you can use those if you want, which probably might be a best idea for you to use. And some more flames if you want them, which I'm going to use. And also this one here, you can use it for can't pronounce what that means, but we'll come back to that sooner or later. You can use this one for enemies killed or knocked out. Will allow you to have objects more XP, so that means you'll get more XP to boost up your your skill points. That's what that'll do. That'll help you boost up your skill points up nice and more than you ever have. So you might want to use that. So say like with the objects, it says objects yield more XP, so that means as in, so if you've got 20 cloths out of 20 of them and you put that in there, you'll probably say you might have an extra 10 to give you 30 out of 30. You can use that one for that if you want. Now the way I'm switching these around is basically pushing L3. Now the way I'm switching these around you want to push L2. Nope, do it again, sorry. Oh dear. So if you want to, so as you can see I'm switching these pages around. What you want to do is push R1 or L1. Okay, there we go, now we're making sense. Sorry. Right, also this one here. Enemies killed while in stealth. You will automatically loot them and for resources. Now that means, right, so when you kill someone, instead of standing beside them and picking up the pieces from them, it will do it straight away for you, so you don't have to keep flicking, touching the person to pick up the pieces, if you want. Okay. Also this one here is about a knife. Basically is a stunt kill. As you see me do a couple of stunts with some other guys where I was going to try and get the shotgun, but it wouldn't. It would do the bow arrow, so you can use that instead if you want. Now this one here, that means when Laura's speaking out, she speaks a bit more quicker, if you want to use that for that one. While fast healing skill, if you need it. Stealth kill again on this one. Enemies during nearby force. You could use that if you want. But now I'm getting to the most important one, which is the middle one that I'm on. If you can look at the top corner, it's light bright with a hand in between the next one on the left. As you can see, if I push L1, if you look at the top corner, one's gone white, and if I push L1 again, that's gone dark and the other one's gone white again. And so they're doing that. Okay, right, so these are the main important ones you want to grab hold of. Right, now this one is basically the shotgun stunt, like I have been doing with the assault rifle, where I've been knocking someone down, and when the triangle pops up and I push it, and the gun will go ballistic. So you can do exactly the same with that, which is I'm going to grab hold of it for the shotgun. So you can just see a great big stunt where Lara can kick someone down and shoot it to death. You can do that if you want. Also this one here, which will be basically, right, now speaking of which, these ones here, right, now this one here with the guys and your bow, if you're trying to knock down more than 5 people there is in total, so if you want to knock out 3 of them in one shot, okay, so that basically means when you hold L2 in with your bow, you want to keep that in with your R2 together and keep those two locked in, and where you'll see a red symbol going around the people's heads, and when you move it around, if you selected this one, that means when you see that red symbol go on their heads and you move your L3 nozzle, you'll bring that red symbol around several other people at once, and once you let go of that R2 button, the bow arrow will hit them all at once. Alright, so you can use that if you want, which I'm going to put True Shot, if that's how it's pronounced, even though it's True shot. So you might want to grab that, but I'm going to keep the pistol skill point out of the way. Increase, now this one increase the amount of crafting resources. That means your healing plants and your cloths and bits and pieces. I'm going to grab all that to get some more, and same again to grab some more. This one I want to use, and this one up here, that one is increase the amount of ammunition looted from enemies. Now that means, right, so if you have 20 bullets that you can only carry at a time, and when you select it and you've shot several people 10 times and you've only got 10 bullets left, and you select that, instead of carrying 20 in total, you might have about 50. So that might be worth grabbing more if you're quite really low on the amount that you can only carry at the previous time you ever had time with that stuff. Okay, right, now speaking of which, I'm gonna go to weapons now. Right, now, as I've got the pump action shotgun, now as you can see on the right hand side it says Infinity. Now, one that says 43, and the next one down of the Infinity of where that 43 says, it says 21 next to it, below it, and that is basically your bag, your personal bag. So if you got a debit card from the bank, the NHS, not NHS, HSBC, and you've got £50 in your bank card, and you went to Tesco's and you brought some milk or some other bits and pieces in Tesco's, and you only paid £10, and you have £40 left over. So it's basically pretty much like that, what Infinity does. Okay, and now if you can see beside Infinity on the left hand side of it, it says cost. Now cost means it's going to take some stuff off you. Alright, so the cost is basically either going to take some nuts off you, or it might take some springs off you, which, if you can see, I'm on rate of fire. Now rate of fire is the symbol like a keyboard key symbol, or your DVD player button with a play button on it, and that is obviously going to take 10 nuts off me and 7 springs. Okay, as well as the rate of fire. Now let me get to that. Right, now the rate of fire is basically, let's say, the assault rifle. Let's go for that. Where is it? Now, once again, like I said, right, so as you may have heard, that when I hold that R2 button in, the thing's firing really fast. Okay, so if I use my hands for example, and I'm pushing the button, the R2 button in, and pushing it in as hard as I can push it in, the gun might be going, you might get that. But if you select that rate of fire key with the play button key or a keyboard key, and if you select it, the gun, it might go like that ballistically, so you might want to use that. Okay, so that's what that's for, the rate of fire. Okay, now the next one above is an ammunition, ammo capacity. There you go, ammo capacity. Now that means that the bullets that you already have in your gun, like I said with the shotgun, and it said 21 I think it was, but I might explain that to you. Right, so let me come out. So now if you look at the top right corner, there's 113 number sitting in the middle of the cog that has a bright white bit around it, around the circle of the 113 is. Now that circle bit is basically the bullets that's already in there. Okay, so if I switch the switch the shotgun, as you can see the cog, if I load it up again, so if you look at the top right corner where it says 21, there's a bit of a white So as you look at the top right corner, there's a bit of white on the corner above the 2 and the 1. And as you can see, there's about a few bits of white in there. And that means that's the shotgun bullets, how many is in there. Now, if I switch it back to the assault rifle, that cog at the top right corner has gone right all the way around to the number 9, for example, at your clock. Okay, where you see 1, that should be 12 on the right hand side of it. There should be a 3, and at the bottom there should be a 6, and the one that's on the other side is 9. So this one's at 9. So as you can see, that one's reaching 9, and if I use the shotgun, it's roughly reaching at number 2. You see, it's like it's reaching 2 or 1. So if you're using your clock hands, for example, I'll use that example, right? And you can see that that's gone a bit more further towards the 2 instead of the assault rifle. It's reaching 9. So that's what the ammo capacity does. It pushes the gear at the cog up the top reach even further along. Okay, so that is what that does. Alright, so that's what ammo capacity is all about. And if I now continue on, going back into this one, just a sec. Right, now the next one above ammo capacity is reload. Now reload, okay, now the reload is basically, as you saw the cog up on the top right corner as I showed you with ammo capacity, I said about when that white bar goes all the way around. Now that reload speed is basically loading up the gun back up to the amount you had. Okay, so every time when you put the reload into it, the bullets will go straight back in it really flicking fast. Alright, so if I click my fingers, so if I haven't selected that reload speed, you'll get that. But if you put it in, you'll even get that sort of speed. Alright, so as I said, as I come out, as you can see the top right corner again, it's up a bit. Alright, so when I fire it, as you can see at the top right corner where it says 36, and if you can see it really badly where it's got a bit of red in there, and when you put the reload speed into it, you'll get that where it's really bloody slow for the pistol. Alright, so if you put that in the reload, it will speed up instead of being really flicking slow. Alright, so if you had a load of people around you and you're using something that's got really less slow speed in there, then you're probably going to be a bit stuck. So you want to put some more reload into that. Alright, now the next one up is recoil. Now basically that will do is allow Lara to keep the gun really steady, so she can just shoot wherever your accuracy is going to be spot on at. Okay, so that's what that's all about. Alright, so next of all is the damage. Basically the damage is basically the head at the top. I'll find another one. There we go. This one right in the middle of the assault rifle. That is basically when you're firing the bullet, it's basically the force of the bullet comes straight into someone's chest or someone in the head or wherever you're aiming at. Okay, so if you put more damage into it, more force of the bullet will go straight onto someone to kill it straight away or destroy whatever you're going to destroy. Like those statues that I finished off for the challenge, what I said about. You had to do that. And so basically that's what that all will do. But at the moment I'm going to try and flicking take some stuff off. I want to take some animal stuff, don't I? Really? I'll tell you what, I'll put some recoil in here. Right, I'll put some recoil. Hang on a minute. The axe. We'll leave the axe. We'll leave the axe. Right, also, oh there you go. Some cloths for the recoil on this gun. I was going to take a fair lot of those as well as cloths, so that might be an idea. Because it's not going to take it. Oh, hang on, there you go. Right, I'm going to put some recoil in the handle, which is going to take 16 nuts off me. Oh, sorry, reading it wrong. So this recoil on this gun is going to take 16 animals off me, as well as one of the little tiger symbols. So if I put that in, the gun will be a bit more steadier. But now with this gun, with, as you can see, the ammo capacity is in there, it's gone white. Now that means, but I'll get to that in a second. Right, now this one right below here with rate of fire on this gun, that has got a red cross the rate of fire symbol, which is your keyboard button, remember? Now, the ammo capacity, this one right here, that should have had a red cross on it. Now, the way to get that exactly the way I've got it now is basically upgrade the reload. Okay, so this one right here, this reload, the next one down, which is this one here, you want to select every single one of them. Alright, every single one of them. Because if I switch to the other assault rifle, which is this one right here, it's got the reload that's unlocked, and this one's locked, but this one here is unlocked. Okay, so you basically have to select every single one of these reloads on the other gun that I have been using. Alright, it's never made any flicking sense, but it does what it does. But also, the damage on this gun, assault rifle, it does a flicking lot more than the other one does. But if you look very carefully, when Lara moves the flicking hand out of the gun, if you look at the top bits where you got your reload speed, ammo capacity, rate of fire, recoil, as you can see at the top where it says damage, it's got a bit of green instead of red. Now red means I'm going to take a hell of a lot off you, and the grey bit at the bottom of the rate of fire, that says you've got exactly the same amount what you've got. Alright, so yeah, I don't understand why it does that, but yes, that is what that is. Alright, so next time what we will do is closely to the very end of the game. And so next time we will collect the remaining relic and possibly finish off the game with a Myrrel. Now, speaking about a Myrrel, hold on a second. Good thinking. The Myrrel is hiding somewhere. I'm pretty sure the Myrrel is hiding. Haha, here it is. Your Myrrel for your main part is right over here.
This mural commemorates the dead lost in the battle,
And
those
there it
that
is.
died after of disease and starvation.
And that will boost up your E up even more higher. And so, as before, I was going to say my last bit was now we will finish off picking the last relic up in the Lost Valley. Let me just double check it. 3 coins, 6 survivor caches, 3 murals, 8 documents, 9 relics, which is the one I'm on about. I'm going to do next time, and of course your tomb with your bow that you've collected, and the challenge is completed with the very important smash the stone statues down, light up all the pieces of paper that's leaned onto the wall, where you have to use your fire arrows or some explosive petrol cans to throw up into them, but even though you don't find any in there. And of course you've got the most important throwing sets of those big ball chucking things that burn, lights up all those tool things I showed you. And the other one was basically to allow you to get the bells knocked down. So next time we will continue on getting the relic and some other bits and pieces. It's going to get a bit more awkward. So I shall catch you next time. Take care.